Oh boy.
So I have Army community. In fact, when I was in my rebellious state, I used to wear a World War I jacket.
We were child. Oh, you mean mine?
Yes.
But the process that people follow is the process that they feel like when it serves their interest. You work for and how's the education system doing for clients? You might start over again with that process because you're going to cite the past, and the past is terrible. You have to learn that. Don't cite a terrible past to justify your current actions. You can't do that. I don't know what happened. All I know is that there's a huge discrepancy in education between black students, and it hasn't been addressed yet. But we want to talk about it. School board. How did he do on August 12th? He was the supervisor. I think if we all gather, you'll obviously start.
Last chance for mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 3. Mic check 1 1 2 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1. Mic check 1 2 1 2 3. Mic check 1. Mic check.
And when you listen back, do you hear right speak? Right.
I appreciate that. Is this just for me?
Yeah. Just for you. Thanks.
Y'all ready? So good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out today. This is an exciting day. After sitting in the interview with Dr. Brackney, I'm excited that she's here, and I'm going to turn the meeting over to our city manager, Maurice Jones.
Thank you, Mayor Walker. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I am Maurice Jones, City Manager for the City of Charlottesville, and it's my distinct pleasure to announce my recommendation for the city's next Chief of Police, Dr. Rochelle Brackney. Chief Brackney was the top choice out of a very impressive pool of 169 applicants. She and 5 other candidates interviewed with 2 community panels, a police staff panel, a group of city department directors, and the city council. Chief Brackney is a 30-year veteran of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police and the former chief of police at George Washington University. During her tenure as a law enforcement professional, she's been responsible for overseeing critical operations, including special events, uniform crime reports to the FBI, national accreditation, special deployment operations, mounted patrol, accident investigation, hostage negotiation, river rescue, traffic division, the training academy, patrol operations, and major crimes. She's been busy. During her time in Pittsburgh, she was deeply committed to building strong relationships between the residents and the police officers who serve and protect them. Chief Brackney is very mindful of the expectations of modern police departments, and I'm confident she will work diligently to ensure that the men and women of the Charlottesville Police Department continue to live up to those high standards. Chief Brackney has served her communities in a variety of ways. She is an executive board member for the Homewood Children's Village and has served on executive and leadership boards for Operation Better Block, the Heinz Endowment's African American Men and Boys Initiative, and the Alliance for Police Accountability. Chief Brackney has also received a number of honors during her career, including being named as one of 50 Women of Excellence by the New Pittsburgh Courier in 2014, the Community Peacekeeper of the Year by the Northside Coalition for Fair Housing in 2014, the Community Police Officer of the Year by the Alliance for Police Accountability in 2013, and the Otto Davis Award for Social and Racial Justice by Carnegie Mellon University in 2011. The City Council will formally consider Chief Brackney's appointment at its meeting next Monday, May 21st. Although she has promised to drop in on occasion during the next month, Chief Brackney will officially begin work with the City of Charlottesville on June 18th. I want to end my remarks by welcoming Chief Brackney to Charlottesville. I am convinced she will do an excellent job for our police department, our organization, and our community. So now let me turn our program over to the City Council for their remarks, led by Mayor Walker.
So I sat in the interview panel with council, and you all as community members are fully aware of how difficult it is to get me on the same page. And especially when you're talking about the police department, and a lot of you know the issues that I campaigned on. But there was a refreshing interview and conversation that took place when Dr. Brackney came before us. And I was very hopeful of what we need in the city, the things that we've been lacking for a long time, and that there was a person sitting in front of us, because I was a bit concerned about someone sane who would want to come to Charlottesville after what we've experienced, not just the summer, but long term. So I hope that as a community that you welcome our next police chief with open arms and embrace and patience, because we know that the changes that we are asking her to undertake are the depth of them, they go really deep. It's not going to be an immediate fix. And for her to do her work and not be overburdened is going to take us as a community to change also. So thank you for not only considering us, but accepting our offer. And I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Building relationships between local law enforcement and the broader community is a critical component to the success of our police department and the safety of our community. I am excited to welcome Dr. Brackney to our team to lead future efforts building these relationships. Not only does she bring a breadth of experience highly relevant to our city, she is someone I believe will genuinely connect with citizens and partners throughout our region. As evidenced by the broad support she received during this interview process from those who participated in our community panels, to our police department, as well as staff leadership across functions and unanimous support from this council. We are at an important juncture. I believe specifically collaboration between council and law enforcement as we move forward is imperative to the health of our community's future. I look forward to furthering our engagement under Dr. Brackney's leadership as we strive collectively to achieve mutual understanding of our perspectives, as well as transparency and accountability to the public that we all serve. Thank you and welcome.
No, you go. So polite here today. Well, good afternoon, everyone. And just like to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Brackney for coming and joining us. One of the things that was really important to me during her interview was she stated that community policing has become somewhat of a buzzword that people just use without meeting. And what we really want to do is have a transformational style of policing in which you put you put actions behind your words. And speaking with some of my friends in Pittsburgh who know you very well, they spoke very highly of the programs that you spearheaded in Pittsburgh, not just with young men and women, but the fact that you were willing to spend all of the time that was necessary to get it right within the community. And I think that's what we truly need here in the city of Charlottesville. And to echo Mayor Walker's comments, our community is going to have to be patient with Dr. Brackney. This is not an overnight fix. She's not going to come in on June 18th and everything be perfect the day in which she comes into her office. We have to ensure that we will work with not only her, but the rest of our police officers to get this right. But I do think that we got the right person. And some may want to say it, but some may not. I think it's also important that she will be the first African-American female police chief that our city's ever had. And that means a great deal to not only myself, but to my family, my daughters, and to our community. And we know that you will lead us well, so do what you've always done. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I welcome you. As the oldest counselor on the dais, I just had my 62nd birthday yesterday, and as the longest-serving counselor on the dais, this is now into my third term and my second year on council, I do have memories of the previous police chief searches. And I was a regular citizen when Chief Longo was selected, and I do remember that process. I was a counselor. So it was first term counselor when we interviewed Chief Thomas. And then last month we interviewed Dr. Brackney. There was a marked difference in Dr. Brackney's delivery, her person, and her vision of what policing means. What I heard from her was a decided orientation towards community partnership and moving away from a warrior model of policing to a guardian model of policing. That is something that is sorely needed in our community. Partnership and a feeling that you can trust the police. The police are there for you. Her experiences in Pittsburgh demonstrated to me that she actually put that philosophy into action. And we in Charlottesville, in the wake of what happened to us last summer, know that we have a lot of challenging issues with regards to our police and community relations. So I do want to just thank Mayor Walker's very, very thoughtful comments and agree with each and every one, as well as Councilor Bellamy and Vice Mayor Hill. We are all determined to work with Dr. Brackney so that we become a successful community, a successful city, and our police department is fundamental to that mission. And success means the ability to follow through. It means when you say something, you do it. It means what you think and what you say are connected. That's what integrity means, and I do believe that Dr. Brackney has integrity, and we need that very much.
Good afternoon. I want to join my colleagues in welcoming Dr. Brackney to Charlottesville. I want to recognize also all the members of the force who are here with us today, and a lot of people from the community who served on the panels and who have put a lot of time into this search. Dr. Brackney brings unique qualifications to this role at a time of increased demands for a new kind of policing, both here in Charlottesville and in the country. We need to create a new kind of trust with our communities, especially in relation to the concerns many marginalized folks share about the ways they've been policed in the past. In a different gear, we have also seen in this community the dangers of extremism and political violence, which introduces challenges from understanding the plans of those who would terrorize us to designing security plans and community engagement strategies to both increase public safety and reassure a traumatized public. We also need to ensure that when dealing with our First Amendment, that we make decisions that protect free speech while always keeping public safety paramount. That can be a difficult balancing act and requires compassion, knowledge, and vigilance. And I'm confident that with her blend of experiences and interests, whether in the Pittsburgh Police Department or the George Washington University Police Force, that Dr. Brackney, soon to be Chief Brackney, will help us as a community move forward. Welcome to Seville.
Thank you, City Council. It is now my pleasure to introduce the next Chief of Police, Dr. Brackney.
Good afternoon. First, I want to start off by thanking everyone who took an interest from the mayor's office, and it was a task. She's newly elected, she's taking on a lot of responsibilities, and so are the counselors, and the importance of setting a vision and a tone for Charlottesville. I want to thank the community members who came out in full force and were not hesitant to ask me tough questions about what my vision was for the community and how I would give value to the voices of everybody within the community. I want to thank the officers for having the confidence to come right out on the first day and say what they were interested in the new chief, and they were not shy about that as well. They also put out what their expectations were of me. For the first time, I had rank and file saying what they wanted and expected from a new chief, and that if I was to come there, that I would honor those expectations. I believe that law enforcement is at a crossroads right now when we talk about how we police and how we engage the community. And I think Charlottesville is uniquely positioned to start that conversation and reshape the narrative for the nation on how we engage community, how we engage officers, and how we really do change what law enforcement looks like today. It does not fall on deaf ears that there are a lot of people who feel marginalized, not only in Charlottesville, but throughout the nation, and that we've created gaps between the persons that we serve and our law enforcement communities. So I'm excited about the opportunities that are put in front of us. I, again, would ask your patience. I would ask that if you have neighborhood recommendations, we're meeting with the realtor at 3. I look forward to that. But more importantly, invite me in. I am a person who would love to just sit and talk. I do my best work when I get to know you one-on-one, and hopefully you'll get to know me one-on-one as well. So thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to council and the official appointment. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Dr. Brackney. This brings to a conclusion our formal press conference. We will be making Dr. Brackney available to the media for individual interviews. So Mr. Wheeler and I will help with that, and also with the council as well. So thank you all very much for coming out today.
Who's running the police department? Who's running
No,
the
we're
police
having a
department?
question and answer with
Who is running the
one-on-one.
police
So
department?
we are
Who's we?
the city manager's office. So
And you've been running the police.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. We are going to have one-on-one interviews now with the media. Thank you.
They have a huge respect issue, okay? So make sure
to run things his way. Some of the people on the council.
You want to get her purse? She left her purse back there.